Hi, this is Tom Stewart with MaidCentral. Artificial intelligence is going to change how we run our house cleaning businesses. It's going to be creating a lot of new opportunities for us. At MaidCentral, we've been working really hard on a new version that's going to help us best leverage these opportunities. We've been working on this for over a year, but we really haven't said too much about it up to this point. We didn't want to get too far over our skis. We wanted to make sure that we had enough work in the can and we could see uh, where it was going to timeline out moving forward before we said too much about it. But we're to that point, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. And we're going to be talking about it more over the upcoming weeks. We're going to call the new version of MaidCentral Pulse. We know that as cleaning business owners, with all this changing technology and with artificial intelligence coming at us, that we need to know what the world's going to look like so we can plan and prepare for that. It's our intent by sharing this information today and the weeks ahead, what's coming from MaidCentral, so you can plan appropriately and kind of see what's coming and be ready for when all the good stuff comes. MaidCentral Pulse is going to be faster, it's going to be a lot more customizable, and it's going to be ready for an AI-enabled world. It's going to have a completely new user interface, a new user experience. Don't worry, you'll still have all of the functionality that you currently have in MaidCentral, but it's going to be more intuitive. It's going to just be faster. Because of the technology that it's built on and the way that we're doing it, it's going to allow us to do more frequent build releases. So you'll be seeing more frequent updates and enhancements. It's going to be more configurable, and it's going to be configurable in several different dimensions. You're going to be able to configure it based on business size. You're going to be able to configure it based on business model and configurable based upon the services offered. Smaller businesses have different needs than bigger businesses. And with MaidCentral Pulse, you'll be able to configure MaidCentral to come up with the best configuration for the stage of growth of your business. A lot of residential cleaning companies also do commercial cleaning. MaidCentral will be well suited. MaidCentral Pulse will be well suited to support both residential and commercial, along with a pricing model that would make doing commercial work in MaidCentral Pulse practical. Business models. In the house cleaning world, you've got companies that do employees, some do independent contractors, some do solos, some do teams, some work out of an office, some do remote. There'll be more features that will be more customizable to specific business models as well. The overall user experience. You're going to have fewer clicks to get your work done. You'll never have a situation where you'll have any more than 3 clicks to perform an activity. MaidCentral Pulse is going to be mobile first. Operations can be managed from tablets and phones. You're going to see simplified views of payroll and more options there. We're going to have an open API that will play with all tech stacks, all different tech platforms. This isn't the first time we've ever done a complete rebuild. We've been building MaidCentral for 30 years. I've shared the story where my mother-in-law started a cleaning business in Charleston called Castle Keepers, and there was no software. And I helped her build just a simple access database, and that was the start. And since we started with that simple access database, we've done 6 complete rebuilds before we even started offering software to partners through MaidCentral. Every time we rebuilt the software, we took everything that we learned from using that current version that we wanted to make better and incorporated it into it for the next version. It's just an iterative process. And this is just the next step in that iteration. It's not the last step. MaidCentral Pulse is going to be a lot better than our current version. But, after we've used that for a few years, or probably even less now that we're building it with the tools that are available today, we'll be iterating, and there'll probably be something coming after MaidCentral Pulse at some point down the road. It's just kind of the way it goes. But it's the same software, and you're going to be able to do everything that you currently are doing now. It's just going to be simpler and faster and a lot more flexible. So when is all of this going to happen? As always, I'm going to begin this discussion with, this is our plan. It's not a promise. But what we do know is some of the features that we're discussing here, you're going to see later this year in our current version of MaidCentral. An example of that is an AI chat agent that we call Maidsense. It uses various large language models that you can write prompts against your own MaidCentral data. 30 years ago when we started, this whole, software development thing with the Access database, we knew that data was valuable. And we were building software in a way that was going to capture and collect and organize and save as much data as we possibly can. And, we've carried that philosophy through, for the last 30 years. We also knew that as technology evolved, it was going to become even more valuable. And wow, here we are in the age of artificial intelligence where data is incredibly valuable. And the data that we're capturing in MaidCentral, layered over with large language models that you can use to go against it, is going to create a ton of opportunities. MaidCentral will give you the ability to, using just Maidsense, the product that you're going to see, or the feature you're going to see later this year, give you a lot of insight on scheduling. If Mrs. Jones calls up in the morning and says, hey, I can't get my home cleaned today, just go ahead and skip that job. Maidsense would be useful in helping you identify other jobs that you might be able to schedule in that place, pull forward, or have a customer who is just going sporadically, come up with options that you could use to fill that. Shortly thereafter, not in the first iteration, but shortly thereafter, we're going to have AI agents that's going to actually help perform those activities for you, where it'll ask, do you want me to go ahead and reach out to these 3 customers that might go into that hall and see which one of them wants to go, and even give it the latitude to negotiate some type of discounted deal to make that happen. Maidsense, when you see it later this year, it's going to be really useful to identify customers who are at risk, employees who are at risk, giving you deeper insight as to where you can create more value through rate increases, rate adjustments. Honestly, any question you might have about your business could be a prompt going through Maidsense that could give you some really meaningful information, since it's going against your own company data. The first version of MaidCentral Pulse will be released the first quarter of next year, first quarter of 2026. AI is going to transform how we run our businesses, and we're working hard at MaidCentral to make sure that Pulse is the core technology that will make that happen. I want to thank you for your support and thank you for being a partner. As I mentioned earlier, we need to be planning for how we're going to be leveraging this new technology and artificial intelligence. So I wanted to share as much as I can about this from what we're doing at MaidCentral. This is just the start. In the upcoming weeks, we're going to be sharing a lot more information with a lot more detail as to what Pulse is going to look like, how it's going to work, and how you're going to be able to leverage it in your business. Thanks for watching this. Hope it was helpful, and stay tuned. There's a whole lot more to come.